Startups are the flavor of the season. Almost every country around the world, especially post-pandemic, has been pulling in resources and adding in funds to support new ideas and new businesses. And that's why the startup revolution is here and here to stay. Joining the ranks of countries like Germany, Netherlands, and many European countries, France has also kicked off its own visa to support startups. This particular visa is a new launch. It's mainly meant to hire English-speaking foreign professionals. This visa has a lot of benefits, including higher salaries, fast-track process, being able to take your family with you, and of course working in one of the smartest, brightest, and most new French companies. So if Europe has been your dream destination and you want to be romancing in the beautiful city of Paris, here I come with the most latest, the newest visa from France, La French Tech. Also, we're going to talk about 10 companies that have massive funding to hire English-speaking foreign workers right now. That'll be towards the end of this video, so stick around. My name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. I'm covering France today. I've had the good fortune of working in France quite a bit. I've done 4 major acquisitions there, lived there for almost a year in 4 different segments, and had a lot of good experience apart from all the amazing food that I can think of. But when I was working in France, there was nothing like La French Tech. There was nothing simplified for foreigners to come in. The passport talent or the employment visa that existed back then was cumbersome. It required a lot of paperwork, and I'm so glad that now we have a visa that takes away all that bureaucracy. First up, I want to apologize for my French pronunciation throughout the video. I've had the fortune of working in France, living in Canada, and yet my French is not up to the mark. So I apologize up front and let's get started. The La French Tech visa has its origin in the government of France thinking of a visa to get tech talent in. But once they started formulating the visa, they realized that it's not just the tech talent, there's a whole dearth of talent that can work for startups. And so the name La French Tech is quite a misnomer because the companies that are actually hiring under this visa are not just hiring for tech talent, they're hiring overall. The requirement of these companies is that they have to be startups and they have to qualify under this program, about which we'll talk in details. And in simple terms, a French Tech visa allows high growth French startups to get in international talent as soon as possible. This offers a lot of benefits like fast track procedure, getting people in ASAP, having them move with their families, etc. Now this visa is open to 3 categories of people. First up is founders. If you are somebody who has an idea and you want to go ahead and have that idea come to fruition in France, this visa is for you. The second is employees. So if you're just somebody like me, wants to work, have a job, live a life in the beautiful city of Paris or live in France, this visa is also for you. And third up, if you are an investor, an avid investor, which I don't have the money for, but maybe you do. So if you are somebody who's looking to invest in some high growth startups or some ideas that you believe in, this visa is also for you. Let's talk about the key pointers. First of all, it will allow you to live and work in France for 4 years. Second, you can get your immediate family, meaning your spouses and dependent children with you. Dependent children will get a right to live in France. They can go to school, complete their education, etc. And your spouse gets a right to work. And lastly, there's a whole list of eligible companies that come under this program that can hire non-EU and EEA nationals. This list includes more than 59,000 companies. I'm going to give you my top 10 favorite. These are my favorites just by the work they do, not by the number of jobs that they have open, but each one of them has more than 200 jobs open as of today. So even if you go through the 10 companies that I'm recommending today, you will access almost 2,000 jobs that are open in France on visa sponsorship. Now let's talk about what you need to be eligible for this visa. First up, double the money, honey. So you need to be making twice the minimum average, which means your gross annual pay should be more than double of the SMIC, and currently that number stands north of 41,000 euros per year. You also need an employment contract for at least 3 months with any of these companies that are mentioned in the list of 59,000 companies that come under this particular program. You also need to take an active participation in the R&D, which is the research and development and the growth of the company that you're going to be joining. And you must be joining what's called an innovative company. That's defined by a company that's been profitable for more than 5 years, has good funding and strong financial background. All these innovative companies get a certificate, and you need to obtain a copy of the certificate from your employer, attach it with your visa application paperwork, and then send it over. As always, to maximize your chances in this entire process, you want to make sure that your resume is good and you're actively networking on LinkedIn and that you have a global profile. You can always use the Globalogy LinkedIn Masterclass to help you with that. And now let's talk about my top 10 favorite companies within this program that are currently hiring. The first one is Exotic. They build a lot of warehouse automation services. It's a tech company, but they've been using quite a bit of agile robotics to make sure that they can automate whatever they can around warehouses. I think this is particularly important in an era where production, warehouse workers, factory workers are in immense shortage. So I'm excited to see what Exotech does next. If you want to apply to this company, head to their career portal, look out for the right jobs and apply. The next company that I have on my list is Doctor.Lib. This is a service where you can find a doctor or a health expert to ask some quick questions that you may have. As you know, in the Western world where healthcare is covered, sometimes it can be a long wait when you're going into ER. So if you have something very basic that you want to run by someone, then Doctor.Lib or products like that are good because they allow you to connect to a health expert or a doctor and get a few of your queries answered. The next up, I have Miracle. It's a SaaS-based solution that helps a lot of the leading e-commerce companies manage their marketplace and dropshipping business. Next up is Backmarket France, which is an internet marketplace platform. After this, we have Papernet that allows people to manage their contracts and subscriptions in one place. Then we have VP, which is famous in France for its flash sales. After this, we have EcoVadis. This is a software company that provides a solution to organizations to meet their ESG requirements, goals, have them set their sustainability goals, figure out how they can achieve it, etc. After this, we have Luca, which is also a software administrator company. Then we have Quanto, which helps you manage all your business finances in one app. And finally, Skippers that helps experts and creators monetize their content and build online shopping events. And with that, this short and crisp video has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you will consider applying for the La French Tech Visa. There's a lot of amazing things that I want to cover about France. So if this country excites you at all, let me know in the comments below and I will consider making another video. If you have any other thoughts, please put them down in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel because it's the best way to show support to my work, and promise to see me in the next video. I'll see you soon. Until then, you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste.